Hey there! Imagine this. Your average Joe in Texas owes about $17,000 on credit cards alone, while Uncle Sam's national debt is a whopping $35 trillion. That's more zeros than a bad blind date. And get this, every time you swipe that plastic, banks are basically printing money out of thin air like some Wall Street wizard pulling rabbits from a hat. But wait, is it magic or just a sneaky clown show? Today, we're crayoning how money really works, the system nobody explains like you're five, and how to hack it without getting hosed. By the end, you'll get the whole rigged game like a kindergartner gets recess, and know simple tricks to build your own wealth empire. No more feeling like a sucker at the county fair. Welcome to Crayon Wealth, where we doodle big bucks like you're five. If you're new or just love laughing at money madness, smash subscribe and ring that bell. New vids weekly. Let's pop this balloon of confusion. Okay, buckle up because this is where it gets hilarious and a little sneaky. What is money, really? Most of us think it's those green pieces of paper in your wallet or the numbers glowing on your phone when you check your Chase app after a Taco Bell run. But here's the funny truth. Money today is basically grown-up pretend tickets. Imagine you're at a kid's birthday party carnival. The grown-ups hand out special tickets. Use these to get cotton candy, bounce house jumps, or face painting. Everyone agrees the tickets are awesome because you can trade them for fun stuff. As long as everyone trusts the tickets work, the party is great. That's exactly what US dollars are. Fancy tickets we all agree have value.
Back in the old days, those tickets were backed by gold locked in Fort Knox. You could literally trade your dollar for shiny gold. But in 1971, President Nixon said, we're done with that, and turned off the gold backing. Now, dollars are fiat money. Fancy word for, we all just trusted because Uncle Sam says so. It's like if the birthday dad suddenly printed 1,000,000 extra tickets on his home printer. Everyone would laugh until the cotton candy ran out. And guess who gets to print those tickets? Not you or me. How do banks actually make money? Spoiler, it's not just from the tooth fairy or that dusty jar of quarters in your garage. Here's the magic trick. You walk into your local Bank of America or Wells Fargo and deposit $100 from your paycheck. You think, cool, my money's safe. But the Federal Reserve says banks only have to keep about 10% of deposits on hand, sometimes even less these days. So out of your $100, the bank keeps $10 and can lend out $90 to your neighbor Bob who wants a new bass boat. But wait, it gets funnier. When the bank lends Bob that $90, Bob spends it. The boat dealer deposits that $90 back into another bank. That bank keeps $9 and lends out $81 to Sally for her new iPhone. Sally spends it, it gets deposited again, and poof, your original $100 has magically turned into almost $1,000 floating around the economy, all created with a few keystrokes. It's called fractional reserve banking, but let's call it what it is. The greatest finders keepers game ever invented. Banks create money out of thin air every time they make a loan. And the punchline? You and I pay interest on money that didn't even exist before we borrowed it. Mind blown yet? Next, let's see how this clown show keeps us regular folks running on the debt hamster wheel. Remember how banks create money when they lend it?
Well, every new dollar born this way comes with a baby sibling called interest. And interest is like that friend who borrows $20 for gas and somehow owes you $50 by Friday. Here's how the trap works in real life. You buy a house in Florida for $400,000 with a mortgage from Chase. Poof, bank creates most of that money. Over 30 years, you pay back, wait for it, over $800,000 because of interest. You worked extra jobs for decades to pay for money that didn't exist when you signed the papers. Scale that up, average American household owes $104,000 in debt. Mortgages, cars, credit cards, student loans. That new F-150, you'll pay for it twice with interest. That college degree from State U, congrats, you just bought a ticket to the interest party that lasts longer than most marriages. And Uncle Sam, he's the biggest hamster of all, $35 trillion in national debt and counting. We keep borrowing to pay interest on old borrowing. It's like using one credit card to pay for another while ordering pizza on DoorDash. The system isn't broken. It's designed this way. Banks win, borrowers run forever. But don't worry, the rich folks, they play a totally different game. Let's crayon how millionaires use the same system to get richer while we spend. While most Americans are sprinting on that debt hamster wheel, buying depreciating stuff like that shiny new Jeep that loses half its value the second you drive it off the lot, the rich play a completely different game with the exact same system. They use good debt instead of bad debt. Bad debt? You borrow to buy a flat screen for Super Bowl Sunday or that pumpkin spice latte habit that somehow costs $8 a pop. The thing you buy goes down in value, but you still pay interest. Ouch. Good debt. The rich borrow cheap money, thanks to great credit, to buy things that go up in value or make money for them, like rental properties in Texas, stocks in the S&P 500, or a business that prints cash while they sleep. They let the bank's magic money machine work for them. Tenants pay off their mortgage, stocks compound, and Uncle Sam even gives them tax breaks for investing. It's like the rich get VIP passes to the carnival, while we're stuck buying overpriced tickets. But guess what? You can steal their playbook. All right, just when you thought the hamster wheel couldn't get funnier, here come the hidden slice stealers. Taxes and inflation, America's favorite party crashes. First, taxes. You bust your butt all year in your job in Ohio or California, thinking sweet, big paycheck. Then Uncle Sam swoops in like that relative who always forgets their wallet at dinner. Federal income tax, state tax, Social Security, Medicare, poof, up to 40% gone before you even see it. And don't get me started on sales tax when you finally buy that new grill for the backyard. Then comes inflation, the sneakiest thief of all. It's like your dollar bill shrinking in the laundry. In 2026, prices are still climbing. Eggs cost more than a Netflix subscription. And gas? Forget about it. The Fed prints more dollars, and suddenly your $5 footlong is a $9 footlong. Your money buys less every year, quietly draining your piggy bank while you sleep. These two work together like a comedy duo, pickpocketing your wallet. All right, time to jump off the hamster wheel and start playing the rich people's game without needing a trust fund or a yacht named after your dog. Here are your super simple crayon-level escape steps anyone in America can start today. Step 1, stop buying crap with bad debt. No more financing that new iPhone or that must-have flat screen for March Madness. If you can't pay cash, wait. Your future self will send you a thank you card.
Step 2. Build an emergency fund first. Aim for 3 to 6 months of expenses in a high-yield savings account. Yes, they actually pay decent interest now. This is your no-panic pillow when life throws a curveball. Step 3. Use good debt like the wealthy do. Once you're stable, borrow cheap to buy assets that pay you. Think rental property in growing areas like Atlanta or Austin, or low-cost index funds tracking the S&P 500. Step 4. Make your money work harder than you. Invest consistently. Max out your 401k match, free money from your boss, don't leave it on the table. Open a Roth IRA and let compound interest turn small habits into big piles. Step 5. Laugh at inflation by owning stuff that rises with it. Stocks, real estate, even yourself, skills and side hustles beat shrinking dollars. You don't need to be perfect, just start. The system isn't rigged against you, once you know the rules. Woof! There it is. The entire American money system crayoned like you're 5. From pretend tickets and clown bankers printing cash out of thin air, to the debt hamster wheel, hidden slice stealers, and how the rich flip the script with good debt. Now you know the game and exactly how to start winning it. Thanks for hanging out with us at Crayon Wealth. If this made you laugh, think, and feel a little richer already, smash that like button. Drop a comment with your favorite aha moment, or the funniest part. And most importantly, subscribe and hit the bell. We've got way more simple wealth hacks coming. See you in the next one. Go build that empire.